Okay, hi, Christine. Sorry about the other night. I am just so crazy busy. So I'm gonna do a quick little tutorial here to show you kind of around. So here I am at the login screen. I'm gonna go ahead and log in. I'm gonna log in as Cubmaster first, just to sort of give you the lay of the land. Actually, no, I'm gonna go in as Assistant Den Leader or Pack Master or Cub Master, whatever I am. Okay, so this is my assistant cub master role. And if I go in here, this is associated with my son. Okay, so I'm doing this because I want you to see the parent connection to the kid. Okay, so basically the idea is that the parent is going to come into Scoutbook, and they're going to be associated with their kid. And so right from the top level, they can either go into the pack or they can go into their kid's profile and then see all the stuff that the kid has. So you see here, associated with Seamus, I can see all the awards that he has gotten thus far. These are all his Tiger awards. There's his Tiger badge. He got the Bobcat, and he's earned 2 electives from his Wolf badge. And he's also done the summer shooting stuff. So if I come in and I look at his advancement, I can see that his Bobcat has been approved and signed off, and it's yellow, which means it's done. It's gone through the advancement chair and the approval process. Tiger is done. Same thing. And you see that he's got his Wolf in progress, and you see he's got about 23% of his Wolf badge done. Okay? Now, if I want to just see a quick report of this as a parent, I can run this report and I can see everything that is done. Okay? Now, I have stuff, he has stuff in there. So he's done stuff and we've signed off on it, but it has not been awarded yet. So it's not showing up on this report. This is just a quick and dirty to see what it looks like. But so he does not have any of his Call of the Wild, even though most of it is done and it's awaiting James Gracie's approval. Okay, I'll get back to that in a second. Okay, so as a parent, if I'm going to drill into his advancement, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to see this. And this matches the book, right? So I can see all of the stuff that he's done work on. And so he started some work on Call of the Wild. He started some work on Council Fire. And you can tell that because it's green and white. So if you go down and you look at the bottom when we get in there, you'll see that the colors correspond. So if you look down below, he's earned at least 1 elective for the Wolf. So he's actually earned 2, but it only takes whatever the first one that goes in, right? Because you only need 1 elective. It still will exist in there, and you can see. And you should be able to see the other one, but in any event, see, it's been approved. I approved it. He did all those things. And then here's the legend. So anything green with a white square is in progress. Anything completed, this is completed by the parent. So a green check mark means the parent has signed off on it and there's a date. Blue is Den Leader approval. So basically, you're going to look for the blue check marks. If you see a green check mark, then you know the Den Leader hasn't approved, and you can get on them and say, hey, go, approve your stuff. Because you're not going to buy anything until it's approved by the Den Leader. Maybe that's overkill. Maybe that's too much oversight. We'll figure it out as we go. and maybe that's something that you can do if the parents, if our policy is, if the parents record it, den leader approves it, you approve it, I don't know. I kind of like the structure of having everyone have a little bit of skin in the game, and making sure these kids get the best stuff. All right, so the parent, so let's go in here. As a parent, when you start recording your son's achievements, it's as simple as this. Click on the square, put in the date. If you want to write a note, or if you want to take pictures of the adventure that you did, this kind of goes into like what's in the book. Does the book have something that you write down? Maybe you want to make the kid write it down in here, that kind of stuff. And then you can post that note and you can hit save. Once you hit save, that is now sitting there waiting to be approved by a den leader, and you'll see a green check mark on it. Now, what I'm hearing in the community is that when you complete a requirement, it should complete the top level. And when you complete everything, it should complete the whole thing. However, some people are saying that's hit or miss. It kind of depends on each adventure. So I kind of don't know exactly, because there's things that we have to finish here that we'll likely finish on Sunday, so we'll know. But in any event, that's what the advancement looks like. Parents come in, do what it says to do, check it off, put a date on it, record a note, add a picture if they want to. None of that's required. And then it's up to the den leader to come through and approve it. Okay, so now I'm going to switch into the den leader approval mode. Okay, so I'm going to sign out of here, and I'm going to log in as an assistant den leader. And I don't really remember what it is, but maybe I do. Oh, I remembered it. All right, so now I'm just a den leader. And you see, I guess my daughter's in here. I got to take her out. But here's all my scouts that I'm connected to. And if you look as a den leader, I can see who is doing what. August is doing some work. Jack has done some work. Liam has done some work. Shay has done some work. Will Gracie has done some work, but there's a lot of zeros here, right? So at a glance, I want to be like, hey, dudes, let's go get this thing moving as a scout leader, as a den leader. Okay, so down here I got some reports. See, I got 13 things alerting me to do something. And what this is telling me is that I have 13 things that need approval. As the scout leader, or as the den leader, I am going to approve these things. So I can come in here and I can take a look at these guys, and if I want to go deep in here and mark these things as approved, I can, right? Or I can click this button down here and say mark as approved, and then they all go approved. Now I'm not going to do this because I want James to do this. That's my goal. You know, you see that there's notes on here. Anyways, these are a record of what Seamus has done for his wolf badge. So again, I can select all up here and mark as approved. I think if I just click this, it marks them all as approved. But or I can come back out here and I can say approve all of pack 34, which this really should say just Den, because I don't have the rights to do all of the pack. I can only do the Den that I have controlled because I'm only a Den admin. But once I do that and select, once I approve these two guys, their check marks all in here are all going to go blue, right? And so when I see that back there, then I know that it's been done. Okay, it's going to be a blue check mark. So as a Den leader, that's what I need to do. Now, as a advancement chair, I'm going to log out again. I'm going to log in as the Cub Master. And I'm going to come and look at my dashboard. And again, see, I got 13 in there. So those are the only two guys that have something that needs approval, because some of the other Den leaders have already come in here and done it. So we're waiting for these two wolves to get their stuff approved. But what needs to happen now is awarding. But before you do any awarding, you got to do some approving. Or some purchasing. Now, I'm a little confused. I don't know why these are, I mean, I thought these were awarded, but I mean, I guess we'll figure out what happens when we do it. But I know that these have been handed out, most of these. And I awarded all the other ones that I knew about. But like this guy, I don't think he's a scout anymore, so he's not gonna get that. But like Seamus should be getting these awarded to him. In fact, he's done them, and James has them. I'll leave the other guys alone, because you can see that they have loops and stuff. James has all these things. I bought them. These guys earn these at the summer camp. But I'll do Seamus just because I'm his dad. But like this is as, you don't have to buy this because I already bought it, right? But so I'm going to mark as awarded, and I'm going to say yes. And now this will come off your list. Seamus comes off your list. The other guys stay on. And again, I'm leaving this here because I want James to give these awards out first, and then I'm going to award it. I'm not quite sure if that makes sense. Okay, but like this guy, Nate Kaminsky, excuse me, I think is a Tiger. Yeah, and he's the first Tiger to get his Bobcat. And so we need to buy it for him because we don't have it. And you can only buy the Bobcat if you can prove you have the rank. So this is a good one to test. And what you're going to do is you're going to come back here and you're going to come out and you're going to go to the purchase thing. Now, this is what's really awesome. So you can come to the report, and you can say needs a purchasing report. And now you can come in here and you can say, you can mark off everything that you need. So we need this. I already got this one. And we can award it, and it's already awarded to him, so we should be good to go. Already got these. These are all done. I don't know about these. These came in from last year, so my assumption is they already have them. But this is going to show any award that comes in here, right? So the cyber chip, all that kind of stuff. But so let's say we want to create a purchase order for this one Bobcat emblem. You can select it. You can also mark them as awarded right from here. Maybe that's what I need to do there. And then you can create the purchase order. Now, what's nice about this is that it creates this, and you can send this to you can send this up to the trading post. Okay, and so the idea here is that you can pull this out. You could also do a ScoutNet thing, right? So you can sync it all up, and that's a whole different thing that we'll have to talk about. But in order to get it, you're going to want to pull this out as maybe print it as a PDF, and then you can email it to the trading post. I've already talked to them, and they said that they will fill our orders as we need fit, right? So you can send it to them, and then you can say, oh, I'll be up on Wednesday. And so the idea is that you're going to urge and encourage the den leaders to urge and encourage the parents to get them all of the advancement for the past month that they worked on into the system by the last week before the next PAC meeting, right? So the PAC meeting is the first Thursday of every month. We would like to have parents done like a week and a half prior to that to say, we did this work here up to this date, but it's up to the den leaders to give that date out to say, I need it by, whatever date. And we can put that on calendars, and we can send emails and all that stuff. And it's up to the parents to do it. And if they don't do it, kind of their kid is out of luck. We will encourage and encourage and encourage and encourage, but really it's on the parents to do this, because this is a job for all the parents to do this kind of work. Then the expectation is that by midweek of that last week of the month, the den leaders should take the time to go through their dens and approve all the work that has come in that past month, right? And it should clear out their report, and they shouldn't be seeing anybody. Like, for example, there was a whole bunch in here because Mike Dixon had his parents put their stuff in last week, and he went through and cleared it out, right? That kid with the Bobcat, Andy Huser in the Tigers den, he came in and saw that and approved it. And so now that's off of the awarding page, or it's off of the approval page, and it's onto the purchasing and awarding page. So now you got to purchase it, and then once you get it, and so the way I think this should work is that by Friday of the week before the next den meeting, PAC meeting, you should have your hard stop deadline so that you could, by Friday afternoon, send a purchase order up to the trading post so that the trading post has 3 days to put the order together. And then Wednesday of the next week, whoever is doing advancement should make a point of going to the trading post to pick up that order, right? And then Wednesday night, you organize it up by dens. And maybe that's how you give them the purchase order. And you say, hey, here are, you do 4 purchase orders, and you say, here are the Tigers. Give me a purchase order for that. Send that off to them. Here are the Wolves, so that they package it together, so that you end up with a baggie of Wolf awards, a baggie of Tiger awards, and then you come to the PAC meeting and you distribute it to the den leaders. You say, hey, Webelos, here's your awards. Hey, Wolves, here are your awards. Then I think once you hand off to the den leaders and they have it in their hands, they're going to award it with a quick award ceremony at the next den meeting. Whenever that is, you don't care, but what you can do is you can then go back and award the kid. Or when you pick it up, go through the system and award the kid. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it. But I think the idea is that once the boy has the award, or once you have secured the award for the boy, you can award it. And then it's done and it's in. And then we have to talk about ScoutNet. So there's a little bit of work that has to happen here with Jerome and I, and we still don't really have access to it yet. But we have to clean up the roster, and that will happen with this, rechartering. But we have to clean up the roster that's in ScoutNet so that we don't get people that don't exist anymore coming back into our system. But what we'll do is it should be as simple. I think if you mark them as awarded and you hit the ScoutNet thing, it just sends it up. And then all of a sudden the kid is officially recognized as having that on their record. So if you go into ScoutNet and you actually look at the official BSA rosters, you'll see all their awards on it. So that is how we're going to do it. Let me know if you have any questions. Really sorry about last Wednesday. Happy to do Zooms to walk you through this. I know it's a lot, but just let me know what you want to do and sort of kick around in here a little bit. If you go through and sort of play around with like your own son awards and stuff, and you want to start signing stuff off and approving it and doing that kind of stuff, feel free to do it. But what I would, the way that you reverse out of it is that you go back over the awards and you reverse the date out, which means you just take the date out and save it, and it updates it as not awarded. So if you do it, back it out only when you're officially recording that. Should you leave that date in there? That's what I did with Shay. I kind of set him all up with the wolf thing, and then backed it all out, and then didn't do any of this ScoutNet connection. Okay, I'm going to delete that because I don't want that on there. I want to start over as new, and then I'm going to come back out here and I'm back to my purchasing thing. So I just need this guy. So, you got to know what you're looking for. All right. See you later.